This is a quick run through of the Zaxnet menu. The first page is the Zaxnet mode. RX means that it's receiving Zaxnet from either an IFB 100, 200, Nomad, or Diva. When set to RX, you can change the output power, gain, and frequency directly from your bag. You can also put your transmitter to sleep or have your transmitter start recording when your mixer starts recording. And last but not least, it's constantly jamming timecode, so when you need the recordings from the transmitter, it'll perfectly align with your mixer's tracks. When set to TX, you can send audio and timecode from the transmitter. So you could be wearing an ERX while you're wiring talent, that way you can check the audio before you get back to your bag. And if you're not using Zaxnet, set it to off to extend your battery life. On the next page you see your Zaxnet frequency and the signal strength. You can choose between 2.403 to 2.475 for your frequency. I would recommend using a frequency above 2.47 because it's above the frequency of Wi-Fi. The bar on the right is a visual indicator showing you the reception of Zaxnet. On the next page you set up your group control for your transmitter. This is so if there's multiple people on set using Zaxnet, you can have them set to different groups so you're not accidentally controlling their transmitters. On the next page you'll set up your unit code. A unit code is an identifier so you can control each transmitter separately. Since this is transmitter 2, I'm going to set my unit code to number 2. On the next page is Zaxnet voting. Basically this is used when you have two Zaxnet transmitters on the same set, and when you have this turned on, the transmitter will automatically switch to the stronger signal. So this is one of the more confusing pages of the Zaxnet menu. If you have the RX to TX time set to off, you're only going to be receiving Zaxnet. If you have your RX to TX set to 0, you're only going to be transmitting Zaxnet. But if you have your RX to TX set to either 1 to 20 seconds, it'll receive Zaxnet for that amount of time, and then it'll start transmitting it. This is good for jamming it and then transmitting the audio and timecode wirelessly. This menu only shows up if you have your transmitter sending Zaxnet. Zaxnet's pulse is where your transmitter will receive Zaxnet at whatever interval you set. This makes sure your timecode is in sync. This process takes about 1 second and will stop transmitting Zaxnet during this process. The final page of the Zaxnet menu is the Zaxnet record beep. This sends an audible beep over Zaxnet at whatever interval you set when the transmitter is recording. The beeps will only be heard on an ERX and won't be recorded.